Now let's turn our attention to Africa. Some reports have been doing the rounds, reports about the state of foreign direct investment in Africa. One country seems particularly pleased, and that's Egypt. The Egyptian government is celebrating. They say that their country is Africa's foremost investment destination for the second year in a row. And they're citing a United Nations report while making this claim. Technically, Cairo is not wrong. Egypt has done well over the last 2 years. Several policies have worked in their favor, but there's also a bigger picture here about the overall investment scenario in Africa. Here's our report.
There's a saying in economics. A skilled statistician can get raw data to sing any tune they want. They just need to fiddle around with the numbers. The Egyptian government seems to have taken this saying to heart. They've been quite pleased with themselves because of a new report from a United Nations body called UN Trade and Development. This is a press release by the Egyptian government. They cited the recent UN report and said that Egypt is Africa's premier investment destination for the second year in a row. Now, technically, this is correct. In 2023, Egypt brought in more than $9.8 billion in foreign direct investment. That was more than 18.6% of all the FDI that flowed into Africa. So far, so good. But then, Cairo got a little ahead of itself. They said that Egypt's FDI inflows have increased from $9 billion in 2019 to $9.8 billion in 2023. The Egyptian government didn't lie, but the choice of years is certainly interesting, because it skips past 2020, 2021 and 2022. Here are the numbers for those years. It was $5.8 billion in 2020, $5.2 billion in 2021, and $11.4 billion in 2022. So for 2 years after 2019, investments in Egypt fell, and the FDI in 2022 was higher than that in 2023. With this context in mind, it seems odd that the Egyptian government was patting itself on the back, especially since even the 2022 figure wasn't a record. That was set in the year 2007, when Egypt received more than $11.5 billion in foreign direct investments. It has mostly been downhill since then, but Cairo has been working to improve things in recent years. 3 initiatives by the government were highlighted by the UN report. The first was the introduction of a single approval system for investment projects. All the licenses and permits that Egypt needs to approve an investment can now be found in one place. This scheme improved the ease of doing business in Egypt. The second policy that was lauded was Egypt's tax incentive scheme, especially the fiscal incentives to promote green hydrogen. And the third Egyptian policy that won plaudits was its new investment promotion measure. Cairo created a Supreme Council for Investments. It's chaired by the country's president, Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. This gives Sisi a lot of say in development projects, but it does ease the path to getting investments. These are the reasons why Egypt did reasonably well last year and remained the #1 investment destination in Africa. But overall, the continent has fared poorly. Africa received only $52.6 billion in FDI inflows last year, down from $54.4 billion in 2022, and a whopping $82.1 billion in 2021. 2021 was a good year for the continent. There were record investments in South Africa, Mozambique, Nigeria, and Ethiopia. The investments were spread throughout the continent, helping develop more nations. But that trend seems to be reversing now, which might work well for Egypt, but the African continent as a whole is left poorer for it.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment.
So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
On the show today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can you expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alison Green, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
Start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. The first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost America. I'm Aaron Ham, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C.